Hello and welcome to this special edition of Bloomington Today. I'm Judy Skyvoss. You know, summer may be over for kids who have gone back to school, but the memories they made over the last few months can last a lifetime, especially if they're on video. Let's take a look at some of our favorite kid-friendly events from the summer of 2018. And let's begin with Jumpstart to School.
Thank you for coming out today. Are you excited to get some school supplies? There's a whole bunch of backpacks. You're going to get to pick out your own backpack. The kids are bouncing off the wall just like it's a back to school night. You know, they're ready to get their school supplies and get ready to go, and they're excited. Very excited, very excited.
Upwork's team member and event coordinator Susan Timmerman is just one of the many volunteers with a very giving heart who is lending a hand at this first-time collaborative event.
Rather than just doing things for the community, we're doing it with them, and that's been a lot of fun. The role of Upworks has really been to try to connect the faith community to serve in the schools along with other community partners.
Along with Upworks, the list of community sponsors includes Bloomington Public Schools, the City of Bloomington, Good in the Hood, Cowboy Jacks, Sheridan Story, Karen DeVille, St. Michael's Church, and the host site Redemption Lutheran Church. The event continues a long tradition of lending a hand to others in need, something the VEEP organization has helped with for many years.
When we first thought about this, we knew that VEEP collected school supplies, but weren't in the distribution part anymore. So we knew that there was that need. And so we just got together and started strategizing what could we do.
With an estimated number of 1,000 families expected for the event, volunteers were a critical part of this Jumpstart to School equation.
We have over 125 volunteers who have signed up to help.
Okay, which one of you guys is you going down? All right, and I'll take 6 and high.
And some of those volunteers served a unique purpose for the event.
When the families come, they'll be able to be assigned to a personal shopper. And that will help each student be able to pick out the supplies that are appropriate for their age group, and they'll be able to get a backpack that they can pick out themselves. So rather than just giving them the backpacks or just giving them something, they'll get to choose.
Beyond picking from a plethora of supplies, 8 pallets worth to be precise, families could opt to partake in outside play, a community meal, and a whole host of community resources. Event coordinators also made it a rule to do their best in measuring the success of this first-time event.
So we're going to collect the data, see how many families we served, and we actually asked every partner to evaluate, was this a success from their perspective?
And as to having this event next year, well, it's kind of like a 5-year-old's first day in kindergarten.
First time's always the hardest. Next time it'll be a piece of cake.
Kids camps are common in the summer, and we went to several. Let's kick it off with Camp Coda.
All right, guys, let's go grab our shirts here.
Designed to provide kids a chance to learn basic outdoor skills.
Fires need oxygen.
Yeah, but it's actually, you get really exhausted.
Look at that.
This camp is anything but basic.
Who here has done tie-dye before?
It's basically a whole lot of fun.
But today, we're just going to do a cheer for everyone at camp. So it's like practicing for when our parents come, okay?
I think it's very unique in the sense of it's an outdoor recreational experience that's thrown right into the middle of a metro suburban city. As they progress through Camp Coda, they get to experience new things, new activities that are unique to that particular age group.
Be it a lesson in orienteering or pitching a tent, craft activities, or crazy sing-alongs.
Somebody once told me Camp Coda is awesome. We all love Coda Ball.
As we sing silly songs every morning, every afternoon, and throughout the day, which lovely songs that get stuck in your head. So a lot of them just come home with a really awesome experience where they've developed new friendships and have good role models from our staff and our junior counselors.
I am a counselor now for my 3rd year. I was a JC for 3 years and then a camper for like 5 years.
With 4 sessions occurring over the summer, the final session is about to kick off at the end of this month. Camp Coda is open to youth and 4th through 7th grades.
Camp Coda, go camping.
For more information, visit the Bloomington Parks and Recreation page on the city's website. Now, to a camp at Pondecoda Mission Park, where a unique language camp puts kids in touch with an ancient language.
This is our 9th annual Dakota Language Camp.
Wa'onsbiti, a place to learn.
Douche money po, money po. Oh, he ain't
A lot of effort is being done right now to revitalize the Dakota language. Their language is languishing because the fluent speakers are dying off. They're the elderly. So this camp is a little effort on the part of the city of Bloomington to help revitalize the Dakota language. And we have it right here at the Pond House because the Pond brothers are the first ones to have written down the Dakota language. This morning they learned animal names.
It's buffalo. So Ptehe, Shunghida, Ha.
And they learned words for hiding and finding. It's just a fun way to learn language.
You have to make your own bundle. And then here, you have, this is your weekon, your rope, weekon. Make a bundle of your items, and then we're gonna have you tie it to the travoy or the chanwihadoye, and that's gonna be part of the race.
The Dakota and many native peoples made travois. They would use their teepee poles, and then they would fasten a bundle onto them and hitch that up behind a horse or a dog. And as they moved from place to place, that was an easy way to transport their items. Bloomington Otumwe, Dakota Iapi Oetipi Huwo. Come to the Dakota Language Camp.
One final trip to camp, a camp right here at Civic Plaza. Here's a video about the BCAT Video Boot Camp.
Action.
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 For 5 days in June, youth attending a first ever video camp offered by Bloomington Community Access Television, or BCAT, had all the action they could handle.
The camp is extremely fast-paced. Should we try real quick doing a couple different angles? It was crazy how fast they caught on. You're going to be the director of photography here. So what kind of angle do you think would be good? And they were, really like taking charge and saying like, oh, I want to get a shot from this angle and this angle.
You're going to have to walk a little closer to them. Like right there. Maybe walking from that side.
Yeah, walking from over there.
There's more space on that.
I think that they learned a lot. The way that we tried to kind of keep them all on track is we did it sort of 48-hour film style, film fest style. So each group drew a genre, a character, and a prop that they had to use in their films, and that helped kind of narrow their focus when they were writing the films. But of course, kids of that age, it's ages 12 to 17, and they had a bunch of just crazy, wild ideas that they were all throwing out, which is a lot of fun to hear that. They're extremely creative kids, but then Dietrich and I had to help them really kind of narrow that down into a story that made sense.
Together, Dietrich Neeson of Southwest Community Television in Edina and Ben of BCAT focused on bringing their vision of a youth video camp, a goal of Ben since starting at BCAT last year, to reality. And now that it's happening, they're elated and a bit surprised, too.
It's blown me away how much interest there's been in this camp. We decided to have 16 open spots, and we thought maybe we'd fill half of that. And we ended up filling up the camp, the first camp in June, completely within a couple of weeks, which was really surprising to us. So we decided to add a couple more dates later in the summer. So the end of July and the end of August, we're going to be doing 2 more camps.
That was really good.
Good? All right.
Going to camp can be really fun, but when we come back after the break, we'll amp up the fun with some festive events we went to on our staycation. Stay with us.
You had anything to drink today?
The men and women of the Bloomington Police Department shield you from danger because we care.
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
Welcome back. We started today's show with a look back at some summer camps for kids. Right now we want to share some adults having fun in the sun, but for a good cause, a cause that benefits kids going back to school.
I want to welcome everybody to our annual Chip In for Schools Golf Classic. The Education Foundation from Bloomington really appreciates your participation. All the money we raise out of this event goes to great things for the public schools and the kids in them.
And like school buses lined up ready to transport kids, golf carts loaded with supporters putted past tournament volunteers driving to their first tees.
So this is the Education Foundation of Bloomington, a golf tournament officially called Chip In for Schools.
Started in 1988 with a brief 5-year hiatus, this year's take for the tournament fundraiser is on par.
We figure our goal this year was between 35 and 40,000, so we just exceeded 40,000 this year.
Teaming with great sponsor support from companies including Kraus Anderson and the Mall of America, the tournament is a welcomed opportunity to give back to the community.
We're out to represent the Education Foundation Board and local agency owner with American Family Insurance and a part of the Education Foundation Board to come support everybody in the Bloomington schools.
A beautiful day on the golf course makes giving back easy and fun.
Our goal this year was to be financially successful and to improve the fun aspect of the tournament. So we added one particular game, the beanbag game.
Oh! No matter the outcome of the game, one familiar participant sums it up this way.
A bad day on the golf course is still better than a good day in the office, right?
We have the city manager, Jamie, who's there, and you can take a shot with him.
I appreciate all the work you're doing for us for the city, and make sure all the work gets done sooner.
Well, there are a lot of folks back at the office today making sure the work gets done. Thanks, Jim. It's good to see you. For the bargain price of $5, I will take an extra shot from the tee box here on number 11. And if it's a good shot, they get to play my shot.
With about 130 golfers hitting the course, every best ball shot they take, no matter how good or bad, adds up to a win for the city of Bloomington and recipients of this foundation fundraiser.
It's a way for us to further the partnership between the school and the city because we're serving the same people. We have the same objectives in mind. We get to bring a lot of people here to Dwan Golf Course in Bloomington so that they get to see what is really a treasure here in our community. It's a beautiful golf course. It's very playable.
Funds raised from the tournament play out in a handful of ways in support of programs like Bloomington's Food for Thought, $50,000 in student scholarships, staff recognition through the Prodigy Awards, the partnership with American Family in support of the Innovation in the Classroom grants, and student success stipends to help cover activity fees for teachers and families.
Now we can kind of breathe for a minute.
Our entire organization is volunteer, which means that 100% of the proceeds and the revenues from all the fundraising sources go back to the students and go back to the teachers.
This is a donation?
Oh, it is? How much? We lead with our head and our heart and our hands. And I think this is a great example of that.
So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
When's the last time you went to a paint party? Well, we did. Earlier this summer, we went to Wrights Lake Park for a mural painting party with tasty tacos. Take a look. This time though, participants were welcomed with a meal in a bag, tasty walking tacos along with mouth-watering watermelon. And while the skies were blue that day, a drop of water was spotted during the festivities.
Well, this is the welcome meal, and we actually, meaning the Human Rights Commission, has sponsored 6 welcome meals so far this year, since March. Of course, are combining it with Creative Placemaking's paint party, and they're painting sections of the mural that will go up on the freeway next to the Mall of America.
The Good Space murals are the artists, And we really appreciated their process for mural making because it involves the community from the beginning to the end. Really what it does is it offers a way for people to actually become involved and empower them to really say that this is our mural, we painted this.
In August, artists will apply the painted canvas sections to the Highway 77 wall, which is visible from Wrights Lake Park.
I can't wait to see the mural. The end of August, you should see a final product, and we plan to have a ribbon cutting official unveiling after that.
While the official completion of the mural wall nears, efforts continue towards community building through hosting additional welcome meals, art project creations, and other community events, each undertaking designed to help realize key goals that ultimately benefit all who call Bloomington home.
One of the reasons that we want people to get to know one another is, first of all, to get over misperception and sometimes preconceived ideas about people. I have found out more things just by sitting at a table and talking informally with people about their culture and their customs, things that I never knew that are truly interesting. That's probably the biggest reason. The other is to create safe neighborhoods. People getting to know one another, they know who lives in their neighborhood, you watch out for one another and your children.
Seeing these little mini neighborhood pop-up events turn into these celebrations and having people from the neighborhood just walk or bike over, it gives a sense of community. It enables us all to talk to each other and connect with each other. And I think with art, and especially creative placemaking and public art, what's really important is the process of how that thing becomes.
Summer fun that you can put on your calendar for every Wednesday during the months of summer. It's called Midweek Market, and we were there to capture some of the excitement. Take a look.
So we have our new Midweek Music and Market. The idea is that it's more of dinner and a show. So really bring a picnic blanket, hang out on the lawn, grab the whole family, and just plan to spend a few hours. A lot of vendors that are at our Saturday market, so a lot of our produce vendors, a few of our craft vendors are here as well. Our food truck is new, and that's Reverie. They're a plant-based food truck. And then we have Twin Cities Paella. And then we also have a new pickle vendor.
Delicious.
So I think this Wednesday night market makes it kind of a smaller feel, which makes you feel like it's more of that small town and kind of a big city.
And finally, what summer would be complete without an event that pushes people to their limits? Physical limits, that is. Let's take you back to the Fireman's Challenge.
On the blue side from Bloomington Fire, it's Paul Ludden.
We are in Bloomington, Minnesota, and this is our 9th stop on the 2018 national tour for the 3M Scott Firefighter Combat Challenge. And it is our 470th event in our 27 years here in North America. The question was, what are the physical demands that it takes to do the things that firefighters do every day? And so we quantified those in terms of oxygen kinetics and lactate production and all the sort of things that people really don't care about. The salient point being, how fast can you do this? I mean, that's what rings the firefighter's bell. Running through this entire course while wearing the 3M Scott Safety SCBA. In other words, they're going to be doing this wearing the same equipment that they would be if they were actually at a fire. So the turnout gear is compliant. They're going to be doing on self-contained breathing apparatus. They'll start at the base of the tower. They're going to pick up a 42-pound high-rise pack, and they're going to race to the top of our 5-story tower. And they're going to put that in the box. And you're going to see some guys that can do that in as little as 12 seconds. With a hand-over-hand hoist, 15-millimeter Kern mantle rope, again, 42 pounds and 7 pounds of rope. So nearly 50 pounds up and over and into the box. Descend the stairs. Now, they can take multiple steps on the way up, but down they have to touch every step. Pick up a 9.6-pound sledgehammer and drive a 160-pound beam a distance of 5 feet. And the ergonomics of that are essentially the same as chopping a hole in the roof. They're going to pick up that nozzle and they're going to stretch that line. That's an attack line. It has 125 pounds PSI, and when they have that stretch, it's 240 pounds. They're going to pull it 75 feet, crash through the saloon doors, knock the target down. There's an anatomically correct rescue dummy called Rescue Randy, 175 pounds, and they'll drag him 106 feet, electronically timed, And a world record on this is 1 minute and 14 seconds. And the relays are called 1/5 the work, 5 times the fun, because instead of doing the whole thing, you pass the baton to the next guy.
Well, I was actually with the discussions to bring it here with the Mall of America and Bloomington Fire and 3M Scott's challenge here. I was kind of behind the scenes working with operations to bring it here to the city. So I think we accomplished our mission of getting here.
Come on, Jake, what do you say, man? Get over to that nozzle from Bloomington Fire, one of your hometown heroes.
I think we have probably 9 or 10 Bloomington competitors. We have 4 or 5 people doing individuals today, and then we have a team doing it tomorrow and a tandem co-ed team tomorrow.
This is still one of those occupations that gets done by human brawn. We don't have robots yet. You know, it hasn't been automated. And so from the time I joined the fire department in 1966, yeah, been amazing improvements in self-contained breathing apparatus.
I like to work out, and it, you know, gave me a goal to reach for, to work out with. And it's a good event for camaraderie, and you meet a lot of firefighters around the state and people flying from other states as well. So the camaraderie of it and just a goal to reach for working out.
What part of this activity, this challenge, are you looking forward to the most?
The end. I'm just looking to pace myself out and make it to the end.
Well, that's all the time we have today for this summer special edition of Bloomington Today. To get more information on city projects, parks, road construction, and events, visit the city's website. There you can also sign up for citizen alerts to receive emergency notifications and information in crisis situations. If you saw something today during the show you'd like to see again or send to a friend, visit the city's YouTube channel, accessible right from the city's homepage. You can check out these short single segments. That and so much more is online right now at bloomingtonmn.gov. If Facebook or Twitter isn't your thing, sign up for eSubscribe to have updates sent to your email or cell phone. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Nextdoor too. I'm Judy Skyvoss, and you're watching Bloomington Today, a production of the Communications Division for the City of Bloomington. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.